Hi, everybody. This full moon. I see you. Thank you for being here. Full moon in Cancer. It's a very sensitive moon, as you can sense and feel already. The energies are high, they are personal, they are intuitive, they are highly energetic. I'm going to show the astrological chart for the day just for a moment, just to give a little bit of a sense of what's actually happening here. That what you can see here is that the moon is in Cancer. That's the full moon over there on the left side of the chart. And it's opposing the sun, which it always is on a full moon. You're always going to have an opposition, right? And it's conjunct Pluto. So this is big, intense energy, right? Because it's the moon, right, which is sensitive and feeling and intuitive and psychic and hunches and self-protective and moody and emotional, all those kinds of words of Cancer, opposing the Saturnian sun, which is strict and severe and stark and sober and serious. So there's very different kinds of words, conjunct Pluto, which adds this giant motor to it, which means things that are hidden become revealed under the light of the full moon, right? So it's like you can't hide, you can't not be affected, you can't be above it all. Everybody's feeling this full moon, and it's in the cold, not in Los Angeles, but in the cold times of the winter here, even in LA. But in some places, it's really bitter cold, and these are those dark nights of the winter time, even though we don't experience it here that way, but it's still happening energetically, right? So it's that cold time. Everything turns inward, and we've got this really strong, powerful full moon with other aspects that I'm not going to talk about because that's an astrological perspective, certainly, but at least I want to mention, the signs that are involved, because what you'll be noticing is a lot of extreme sensitivity. Feelings can get hurt, misunderstandings, feeling overwhelmed, right? Feeling there's too much to handle. And with Pluto there, it's like relentless because you have to look. You have to look. So here we are at this kind of intense full moon. It's exact tomorrow at 3:49 p.m. in the afternoon. Well, we're just coming into it, so you've been feeling it for a couple of days. And now it's going to get more and more as we come to it. And so when we do these full moon meditations, part of the purpose is to mitigate those energies and to harmonize those energies so that they're not so striking, if they're striking like they are this time. Sometimes they're very beautiful aspects, which there are beautiful aspects happening right now with this full moon too, but the main ones are intense. So when it's harmonious, you're expanding that harmony, right? You're making it even bigger. When it's disharmonious or difficult energies, challenging energies, then we want to soften the way it lands so that it can land more smoothly in the life because we're not resisting. One of the main things I teach about a lot in my meditations, if you listen to them, you'll see I say, I resist nothing, right? And this is a powerful teaching and not easy to do, actually, because of course we have resistance. If we didn't have any resistance, we would have miraculous experience all the time. Think it is. But resistance creates the experience of time, right? So when there's that time element, and sometimes suffering element, that is because there's some kind of resistance. So the sooner that we can get out of resistance, the smoother things can move. So here we are at a time when there's natural resistance. And if you just turn on the news for 5 minutes, you can feel how much resistance there is and how much polarization there is, which is just more resistance, really. So at this time of Capricorn, which is a time of very, the sun is in Capricorn, so this is time of all you birthdays in Capricorn times right now. Your natures are more sober. One of my favorite things about Capricorn is that they're funny. And Capricorn has what we call the dry wit, right? It's that stark wit. It's true, and it's sarcastic, and it's fast, but it's that type of humor that's dry, understated. Those are words that have to do with Capricorn, where Cancerian humor would be very roly-poly, laughing, full, warm, slap you on the back when you make the joke, right? It's really different, right? So just as using that one example of humor, of how humor moves through Capricorn or how humor moves through Cancer, it's very, very different. And so the feeling place that we are is Cancerian. And so you may be feeling extremely, extremely sensitive. So we're going to work with that energy in the meditation tonight to sort of help hold that, because remember, the heart can hold it all, no matter what it is, no matter how old or new the feeling is, no matter how small or big the feeling is. The heart can hold it and harmonize it and get the teaching that's within it, get the lessons that are coming, to understand in a bigger way, why this is even happening to us at all. And even if you're in a beautiful, harmonious state, the world is not particularly so. And that's because of these great big aspects. When Carrie and I, which I think he's here today, we're doing the Astrocasts, right, the UKLA, we were talking about, we started in 2020 when those first big wheels started to turn. And we did it as an act of service to just help understand these energies and work with them so that you didn't get pummeled by them, And it's not that it's only that, because all kinds of things can happen in energies like this, where there's huge realization, huge change, huge awareness, where you change something in your life, where you really make an actual difference in your life. So it's not necessarily bad, but it's intense. And it's been intense since 2020, as you know, which began in winter solstice 2019. And 2020, and by February, we had the COVID coming through. And then on it's gone, and now it's affecting the world and the economy and just everything. So all of these energies are happening. And I think that as I'm speaking with people in my sessions and this sort of in private work, that people are overwhelmed. They're feeling like it's too much, that they can't do it anymore. Their endurance is done. They're tired from it already. I want to be done with this. When is it going to get back to normal? Never is the answer. Never that normal. A new normal, but not that normal. And how do we cope with these energies that are so intense to work with it better? So because it's Cancer, one of the most positive things about the Cancer full moon is it's about nurturing, right? It's the mother, right? It's about love. It's about welcome. It's like inviting you into the moment, inviting you with a hug. Cancers make people feel at home and welcome, right? So here we are in this Cancerian time, this full moon. And so the question is, which I've been teaching about for the last 2 years, is better and better self-care. How are you taking care of yourself, and how are you not taking care of yourself? And are you taking care of yourself? Are you taking care of yourself? And what does that even mean, right? Like what part of your life needs your care? That's a good way to say it. And it might just be time, it might be stimulation, it might be health and healing, whatever the subjects are that you kind of know that you need to care for more, which we'll look at inside the meditation a little bit deeper. What might they be as you're thinking of them now? Is it are you giving yourself rest? Are you giving yourself good food? Are you giving yourself good movement? Right? Are you giving yourself good creativity, some way of expressing this? Are you journaling? Are you talking to someone? Are you having connection? Are you feeling connected to? Right? Because people are feeling lonely too sometimes, especially if you're alone, it's a hard time. And so anyway, I could give 1,000 examples, but you are 1,000 examples, and we are 1,000 examples, and the world is 8 billion examples of how we're all working with these energies of how can I better take care, to be caring. Is it also that we need to be more self-care? Obviously, like I'm saying, but what about caring for? Are we giving enough out? How much? And knowing several nurses and many doctors that are out in the front of all of this, and they're exhausted. They're not getting they're not getting enough, and so they're getting overwhelmed, right, with so much volume of unwellness that's out there these days. So sometimes we can give care, we can take care, we can be caring, all these different variations of the word care. I think that's the word I want to say, care. That this is the moon of caring. And caring, what's the opposite of caring is what? Indifference, right? Apathy, whatever. We don't care. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. How do we care? How do we care? And where are we not caring? And what do we not care about? And anyway, because of the aspect of the full moon with Pluto there, it will be pointed at. Somehow the subject will come up, and has already come up probably, I would imagine, recently. It's probably already in your field and you're aware of it, of how better to take care of yourself. Who needs your caring? Is it yourself, right? Is it others around you? Things like that. So these are the concepts for this full moon. There's so much to say about it, but always the answers keep still being love. Love is how, right? So when in doubt, sort of asking yourself, if it's yourself, how can you love yourself better? If it's someone else, how can you love them better? How can you love the world better? How can you care about things you really don't want to care about anymore because you're tired of caring? Just care fatigue. That's a good way to say it, right? So you have to sort of, reinvigorate that caring part of you, that even when you're down, that you could still care, right? And it's interesting that, when you're the most down, and the most down, given up feeling, that an act of caring actually elevates you in that moment by giving, by offering something from that given up place, what feels like overwhelm, what feels like too much. To give from that place anyway, it actually is recycling the energy, right? So that the more you give, the better you'll feel. So here's another way to think of it. Where might you be cutting off your care? Don't want to care about that. I got to just care about this, right? It's another way to say it. These are very intense times. These are very transformational times as well. People are reinventing themselves. Have you noticed that? I've noticed that. I've seen that. I've seen people sort of fall to their knees and get up again and are resurrected. It's like a time of real self-awareness, really looking at the life honestly, starkly, in that Capricornian way. There's no way around it, right? There's no shortcut. You just have to deal with it. So here we are dealing with it. And then how? By love. So it keeps coming back to love. Like, how can I love this better? How can I love this life as it is? Just like it is. Not enough this, too much that. Still love. And so we're using always love as the way, as the how, for whatever the question really is. How do I love this better? How do I love this life like it is? How can I improve this life with love? So you keep bringing in love as an engine to heal, to get relief, to find peace, right? So hatred, anger, all the negative emotions, jealousy, bitterness, why me, feeling sorry, all those things, right, are all not love, right? And so when you apply love to it like a balm, you can bring things, that situation, back into balance. So just noticing whatever you're noticing about that is in this very super sensitive time, because people are feeling it, you know. So one of the things we can do, because let's say you're not feeling it that much and you're feeling pretty good and strong, you can offer energy to the people that are, which are most people are feeling it. So we can, at the end of the meditation, we'll do an act of service, right? We'll turn the energy outward to bless the world, to heal our world. You're included in that world because you're on this planet, so we're all getting the blessing. So how can we care? That's the word. I didn't know that till I started talking, that was going to be where I focused, but it really ends up, as I come into it more and more, that caring. And what are you not caring? You know, where are you drawing the line of care? Right? With yourself, you know, with somebody else. Out of sheer exhaustion, you know. But how can you care anyway, somehow? Because there's a way to care and not exhaust yourself further, right? So these are the questions of the day. So let's go into the meditation. And hello, everybody on Facebook too. I'm only seeing people on Zoom, but I know that my Facebook friends are out there, so hello to you too. I'm glad you're here. There's many meditating tonight around the world. The exact time of the meditation, I think I mentioned, is 3:49 tomorrow afternoon. So we'll be posting this meditation again up on YouTube and on Facebook too, so you can listen to it again if you want to, or just remember tomorrow around 4 o'clock. Just touch it with your mind, you know, just touch it again, whatever you discover in this meditation now. So if you have a candle, you can light it. If you don't have a candle, don't worry, just mentally light a candle in your mind's eye. Good. So I'm wearing Capricorn gray. It's very, gray is such a perfect color there's lots of colors associated to Capricorn, but gray is one of them. But in its higher nature, in the sun, we're in the sun's solar sign, Capricorn, it's silver, right? It's that brilliance of gray. And also Capricorn is black and white, right? Just black and white and gray. And Cancer is beautiful, lush, warm colors, pink and sky blue and pastels and warm apricots and sunset colors and things like that. So they're very different. But we're balancing those two pairs of opposites, of the stark to the verdant, right? To the sober, to the full emotion, to the emotive, from the gray till the silver. So, when you're ready to, get yourself comfortable. And just take a breath, feeling yourself balance into the moment, balancing into your body by your breath, using your breath consciously through your nose to balance your physical body, nervous tension, bodily aches and pains, fatigue in the body, energy in the body. If you feel electric, you know, you're still using the breath similarly for lethargy or stimulation. You use your breath to balance the physical body. Om. And then balancing the emotional body, the feeling nature, which is very stimulated right now. What you're feeling, what's on your heart, what are the subjects on your heart. And using your breath to balance the emotional body. Good. Then finally, the mental body. All the energy of thinking, creating, designing, planning, figuring out. Taking a breath and balancing the mental body. And feeling that blended self, body, mind, and heart, equalizing with the breath and calming into the moment, full presence, full awareness, full receptivity. And just noticing as you sort of step into the meditation now, across the threshold, from the outer to the inner, to meet yourself where you are today, right now, on this full moon coming, in this period which is about 5 days, started 2 days ago, peaks tomorrow, last 2 more days after. Noticing the subjects that are on your mind and in your heart that you're working with these days. Not judging, not fearing, but loving and holding. Phrases like I can't, I just can't, or what if I can't? What if I don't? Fears. And just letting them dissolve as part of that mental stimulation, that balancing the mental energies as the mind does keep creating thought forms. And are they working, serving you or no? You can, you are, you will, are better and true. You can, you will, you are. About whatever those things that are your subjects right now. And from your heart center, just breathing here, using your breath to balance the outer and the inner, the world and the self. That there's no difference, because we are all connected as a one life. And you breathe through your heart center like a healing for the world and yourself, using your breath on purpose to change the energy, or to enhance the energy, or to move the energy, right? Depending on what the subjects are for you. Or if there's a quality of giving up or too much, offer no resistance and feel that feeling fall away. And you'll find yourself still sitting there, clear and strong, in full consciousness, in pure awareness, despite the reactions of the emotions and the fears of the mind, that there's a part of you that is pure, that is constant. It is said that the soul is in meditation deep, is not harmed or touched even by the world's experience, even though it is aware of the world experience. And as you let the fears fall away, what's left is the pristine nature of the light of who you are. Of the light of who you are. As I'm saying that phrase, feel the crown chakra open. Becoming aware of your own soul. And that angelic presence that is always there, whether we realize it or not. And feel that overlighting presence, supporting, guiding, preparing, strengthening, shielding, showing the way. And we can be truly soul guided. Soul guided. But the fear creates a barrier between that connection, right? Fears, negative thought, anger, hate, separation, all those negative emotions create a limit, like a governor, to how much that guidance can be known. And so in this meditation, just drop it, right? Drop it. And see if you can feel the presence of the soul through the crown, into the self, through all the chakras of the body, starting in the head center, throat, heart, solar plexus, all the way to the root, feeling this pillar of presence, pure essence presence that's got your back. Literally. It's got your back. And you feel that light infusion now, soul to self. And that light exchange as it begins to recycle back and forth and sort of releasing the limits, releasing the fears, releasing the gray for the silver, right? Transmutation, transformation. Change is happening. Trust it. And as you start to now begin to step into the silence, into the symphony of silence, the realms of silence, the light of non-resistance. That pure stillness you feel the spaciousness of soul presence and self-awareness, enlightened, illuminated by the light of the soul. And you feel, as I say this now, the heart open in response. My heart can hold it all. Our hearts can easily hold it all. But my heart can hold it all. Your heart can hold it all. And so here comes the meditation seed thought that will take into the silence and let ourselves be impressed with this soul light. My open heart heals the world. My open heart heals me. My open heart heals all. My open heart heals the world. My open heart heals. And as you're gazing, in a sense, through your open heart now, in this open awareness, sense what needs your care. What needs your care? What needs your caring? What would help to care about? What needs your care? And sense from the soul's perspective that you can, that you will, that you are, and that it's easy. Easier than you think, right? Than you think. It's easier than you think. What needs your care? And as you're imagining or realizing or remembering what that is, just from your heart centers, gently send that subject, those subjects, your care, your consideration, your love, your knowing, your hope about that subject specifically. And see it changing. As you place it on the altar, see it changing already. Transmutation, transformation. We're in a time of deep, profound change. Sending love through all the layers of but. Sending love through all the levels of dissonance, returning it to harmony, healing it now. About that, letting it change, letting it change. Good. And just let this meditation do its work. Like a time-released vitamin over these next hours and days, in your daydreaming and your night dreaming, in your day awake and your night awake. Let this meditation continue, moving through the layers, going deeper, more and more to the heart of it, and let it heal. Beginning now. Beginning now. And then from this perspective now, imagine turning outwardly to face our world, to see our earth in its conditions, like they are. And sending that same easy love. Knowing the well-being of our planet. Breathing love in, breathing love out. Breathing love in, breathing love out. Like a dynamo. Breathing love in, breathing love out. It's all the same. Easy in, easy out. Seeing the world smiling in response, in relief, in being seen. Let this love be in your eyes and in your heart and in your awareness all the time, more and more, anyway. When you're ready to, letting all of this land in all the ways that it does, in all the aspects of the self, as it becomes part of your body, being, blended self, as what you are knowing and caring for and about and about. It's not too hard or too late or too soon or too anything. It's perfect timing right now. And letting all of this organize into your consciousness as you let your breath get deeper and fuller. Landing back into your feet, and in this time and space, and until it feels natural to transition out of this meditation when you're ready to. Good. Nice. Yeah. Just like that. Alchemy. Transformation. By energy, because everything is energy. So, thank you for participating in this world service meditation. The next full moon is February 16th. We'll be doing it on the 15th because it'll be in the morning. So we'll probably be doing it on Tuesday night, February 15th. And the next meditation class, which I've been putting with the new moons, will be, Monday, January 31st, on the new moon. So that'll be perfect. So you'll be getting an announcement on that, or you'll see it on Facebook. I hope you can join us. I hope you can join us at the next full moon. And thank you for being part of this full moon. Blessings. Yeah. Good. Good. Good night. Thank you.